Hi, this is Coach James with the Wealth Coaches. I have 3 simple questions for you. Do you have a smartphone, tablet, or computer? Can you send a text message or email? Would you like to turn those devices into your own personal cash register or retirement fund? As a financial expert of nearly 25 years, I want to take just a few minutes to describe to you what I believe is the greatest opportunity to make money you will ever come across again in your lifetime. Don't miss the solar energy revolution that's happening right now, right under your very nose. Did you know there is one new solar installation happening every 2 minutes? Will you get paid from the next one? If not, why not? If you have a smartphone and a sharing personality, you can save the planet by turning your spare time into productive time while you make a fortune in the super trendy, eco-friendly solar energy industry. Now, you don't believe me? Here's why I'm so confident in making these statements. Here are some basic facts about solar. Electricity rates are predicted to increase by 200 to 300% over the next 5 years because of the government's carbon tax initiatives. The current $200 average residential electric bill could rise to $600 by 2020. However, a typical residential solar installation will achieve average savings of $85,000 over the next 30 years. Currently, solar power still represents only 0.28% or about 0.25% of worldwide electricity generation capacity. But 90% of that capacity has been installed in just the last 10 years, and most of that since the beginning of 2015. In fact, in 2015 alone, 53% of all new electricity generation installations in the world came from solar. Solar has now surpassed all other newly installed forms of electricity generation capacity combined. In fact, Elon Musk, founder and CEO of Tesla Inc., understands the massive shift to green energy that will occur over the next 25 years, so he's building the largest green energy factory in the world. The $5 billion gigafactory will produce 50 gigawatt hours of electricity, the equivalent of generating 50 billion watts for 1 hour. The footprint of the completed factory is 6 million square feet, large enough to hold 93 Boeing 747 jets, or according to Musk, 50 billion hamsters. The plant will be the largest building in the world, sitting on 126 acres of Nevada desert land. Imagine 100 football fields arranged in a 5x20 grid, and you may begin to fathom the immense scale of this factory. Originally planned to produce an impressive 50 gigawatts of lithium-ion power by 2020, the Gigafactory will now reach 150 gigawatt hours by 2018, and the production will be split 1/3 for battery storage and 2/3 for the 500,000 electric vehicles that will soon begin rolling off the production lines each year. All of those vehicles will have batteries that will be charged by the solar panels on the Gigafactory's rooftop. Musk suggests that America's entire electricity generating needs could be met by a relatively small surface area of panels easily mounted on existing rooftops and buildings. And all of that energy could be stored in an even smaller area of batteries. Of course, the old-style lead-acid batteries are expensive, toxic, unreliable, unscalable, and have poor efficiency, so Tesla has come up with the Apple version of modern art meets functionality in energy storage. The Powerwall is a home battery that powers your home in the evening and can be charged using solar panels or the public grid. These batteries maximize the usefulness of your solar panels and have a variety of backup solutions. Each Powerwall has a 6.4 kilowatt hour energy storage capacity, sufficient to power most homes during the evening using electricity generated by your solar panels during the day. The system will allow homes to truly go off-grid in the very near future. And they can be placed anywhere inside or outside the home, while the smart technology allows them to offset the use of expensive grid energy during peak times and can be charged using solar panels during the daytime. Musk also announced that Tesla will soon be manufacturing and installing solar roofs. This is huge news, especially coming after the purchase of Solar City for $2.6 billion. Musk said, "It's not a thing on the roof, it is the roof." Imagine every single rooftop in the world covered with solar panels. The amount of energy generated would be more than enough to power the world and then some. Coupled with Tesla's electric cars, the Powerwall home battery energy storage system, and the Gigafactory where it's all manufactured, and you have the makings of a historical change in the way human beings live. This is big, very big. In a recent Bloomberg article, the future of renewable energy was revealed in living color. Looking at these forecasts, what becomes apparent is that the solar energy adoption rates over the next 25 years will be massive. Currently, solar generating capacity shown in yellow barely registers today, but in just a few short years, solar will surpass natural gas, nuclear, geothermal, wind, biomass, hydro, and will produce almost as much electricity as the coal energy industry now does. 2025 marks the tipping point for fossil fuels, where renewables will take over the majority of electricity generating needs. Over the next 25 years, 2/3 of all new electricity generation capacity will come from renewables, with solar taking the biggest piece of the pie. As electric cars reach mass adoption in the next decade, electricity demand is projected to shoot up by 8%. By 2030, battery storage will likely be standard with small-scale rooftop solar systems once the costs come down and the efficiency improves sufficiently. As solar power generation capacity doubles, prices fall 26%, just as we have witnessed with the rise of personal computers after the 1980s. In fact, the cost of panels has fallen 99% since 1976, with most of that decrease occurring since the financial crisis of 2008, when oil was floating around $150 a barrel and green energy initiatives really took off. As of 2016, the retail prices of solar panels has fallen 95% since 2008. Therein lies the massive opportunity with personal solar. Musk estimates that 160 million power packs could store all of the current electricity needs of the United States. 900 million power packs could transition all the electricity needs of the entire world to sustainable energy. 2 billion power packs could replace all the transportation, heating, and electricity needs worldwide. Of course, all of these batteries will need to be recharged by green energy, especially solar. Gigafactory 1 is just the first of many such facilities that will be built around the world over the next 20 years. The end result could be a complete cessation of rising man-made CO2 production. And it all begins with solar. To give you an idea of the variety of installations that are occurring somewhere in the world right now, let's take a look at some examples. First, we have residential rooftop installations. These are typically mounted on a floating rail system and cause very little damage to the rooftop. In fact, they may even help extend the lifespan of the roof underneath the panels. Typical residential installations can completely offset the energy needs of the average house and even send unused green energy back to the public grid for resale. The panels will usually be mounted on the south and west facing sides of the house, but panel efficiencies have improved so much that even the reflected and overcast passive solar radiation can power the panels, something that was unheard of just 5 years ago. Here's an example of a sailboat marine application. Industrial applications such as bridges can help supplement the huge energy requirements of city streetlights. And nearly every city has a bridge. City planners have endless options on where to place such panels. Even offshore solar islands that can be bundled with tidal solutions are being built in places where land may be at a premium for many coastal cities and towns. Large-scale farming and industrial facilities can be totally powered by green energy. Some even combine wind and solar installations in the same package. Farmers are converting some fields into solar farms. And governments are even paying them to do so with generous rebates and tax incentives that encourage farmers to overproduce electricity and sell it back to the grid for resale at higher rates. The possibilities for farm applications are endless, and they require virtually no maintenance. Fields that currently require irrigation, fertilizer, and labor to toil the fields can be converted to solar farms. The land is often more profitable and predictable after solar than it was before, and the panels are mostly hail-proof, unlike crops which are often destroyed by weather-related events. And then we have commercial rooftop applications. Office buildings, swimming pools, golf course driving ranges. Abandoned golf courses are on the rise worldwide, and they make for ideal solar farms like this one in Japan. And then we have gas stations and truck stops, carports, canopies, factories, parking structures, warehouses, distribution centers, public parking and storage centers, airport car rental facilities, and the list goes on. Any idle, unproductive space can be turned into a power generating facility. The future of solar is very bright indeed. You can profit from the economic power wave of mass adoption that is already occurring with the solar energy revolution. Unlike the MLM and direct sales models used by so many product retailers of today, our business model is very simple. No selling, no product knowledge, and no recruiting are required. If you can simply refer someone to the latest movie or a great restaurant, you already have the skills needed to use today's digital technology to refer someone to solar energy and get paid to do it. Leverage your time using your smartphone or computer to create tremendous wealth in the green energy space. One pioneering solar panel provider has affiliated with one strategic financial services provider to create the most powerful and lucrative business opportunity you will ever see again in your lifetime. We have witnessed the explosive growth of many technological revolutions since the end of World War II. Color TVs, cable, VCRs, microwave ovens, personal computers, Microsoft, Sony Walkmans, CD players, MP3 players, the Internet, Apple, iPods, iPhones, and now wireless everything. Business leaders like Bill Gates and Steve Jobs were able to get obscenely wealthy by being out in front of the curve of the mass adoption of these new technologies. Had you invested in Apple or Microsoft stock at the beginning when everyone else laughed, you would be wealthy beyond imagination today. Hindsight is always 20/20, but do you have the vision to see the future? Personal solar energy is the Microsoft moment of this generation. We have a super simple business plan. We teach you how to save money by eliminating your own electric bill for life, and how to make money from the coming power wave of millions of residential, industrial, commercial, and solar farm installations that will occur over the next 2 decades and beyond. Various levels of government are now literally paying customers to switch to solar by offering generous rebates and tax incentives. Time and again, history has proven that it is the visionaries out front who are the ones to profit the most from the supernormal growth that comes from any technological revolution. Real wealth is created by participating at the early adoption phase of new trends and technological shifts. And right now, we are on the verge of the greatest technological shift in energy delivery to occur since the Industrial Revolution. In any society, there are people who make things happen, those who watch things happen, and those who wonder what just happened. Which one will you be? Bloomberg predicts that there will be $3.8 trillion up for grabs with green energy. This solar train is about to leave the station. Why not come along for the ride? For more information, visit our website link at www.thewealthcoaches.com. This is Coach James signing off. I hope to meet or talk to you soon.